Imagine with me, if you will, that it's a Sunday morning. You wake up and the weather is perfect. And then you pick out your clothes and you look good in what you picked out. Then you come to church and everybody is excited to see you. You walk in service and the message is just what you needed to hear. You leave feeling so encouraged. And as you're leaving, you realize that you got let out 10 minutes early. And so you get to beat the other churches to the Mexican restaurant. And then on your way to your car, something tragic happens. You look down in front of your car and you see a bloody stump of a hand. That's crazy, right? What are you not going to be thinking in that situation? You're not going to be thinking, oh, well, that just happens sometimes. You're not going to be thinking, well, I bet the hand just got tired of the arm trying to move it around, so it just dipped out. No, you're going to be thinking what any logical person is thinking, and that's that something went terribly wrong here. And I don't know if you know this or not, but in the Bible, Christians and the church is known as the body of Christ. And we've seen so many people walk away from Christ and walk away from the church, and we think, oh man, that just happens sometimes. But that's not it. We don't realize the severity of what's going on. You aren't just deconstructing your faith, you're dismembering the body of Christ. See, what you're doing right now in your small group, being in community, is something that Christians have valued for hundreds of years. And so if the very first disciples thought it was important, we think it's important too. And that's why our fourth value here at Crossroads is that we do life together. We do life together because we were never meant to do life alone. In Ecclesiastes chapter 4, starting in verse 9, it says this: "Two are better than one, because they have a good reward for their toil. For if they fall, one will lift up his fellow. But woe to him who is alone when he falls and has not another to lift him up. Again, if two lie together, they keep warm. But how can one keep warm alone? And though a man might prevail against one who is alone, two will withstand him. A threefold cord is not quickly broken." Guys, you need people. You need other people. You're not meant to do this life alone. In verse 9 it says, "Two are better than one because they have a good reward for their toil." That means having people around you is productive. You know, I think back to when I was first a Christian and I was trying to grow on my own. And I would grow a little bit and then I would slide back a little bit. But it wasn't until I got people around me to encourage me, to help me to grow. And then I started skyrocketing in my Christian growth. It's productive to have people around you. The second thing it says is, "For if they fall, one will lift up his fellow." Man, have you ever had life just knock you down? Just feel like everything you do, you just keep getting knocked down and can't get back up. Well, you need somebody who is there to pick you up when you get knocked down so you don't just give up. Man, I can't tell you the amount of times where I've had to call on my Christian brothers and say, man, I feel like giving up. And they have encouraged me. They have helped me to get up when I didn't feel like getting up. You need somebody. You need others. The third thing it says is, how can one keep warm alone? For if two lie together, they keep warm. This is talking about comfort. Man, I've seen a whole lot of people go through really uncomfortable situations. I've seen them get diagnoses that are terrible. I've seen them have a prodigal son or a prodigal daughter. And what are you going to do in those moments when life is uncomfortable? You need some Christians around you to help give you that comfort. And then the last thing he said, as though a man might prevail against one who is alone, two will withstand him. They're talking about fighting. And if you're trying to fight alone, you'll likely lose. But if you have brothers and sisters around you fighting together, you will win. Because this whole world is against us. This whole world is contrary to what the gospel teaches. And so you thinking you can go at it alone is crazy. You need other people to fight alongside of you and fight for you when you cannot fight for yourself. You need others. And you know, I think about Christian community like I think about a retirement account. If you wait till you need it to get it, you've waited too long. And Christian community is like that too. If you wait till you need it to get it, you've waited too long. So you need to put investments in early so that in the future you can reap the reward of community. And I'll leave you with this. You can try to do life alone. You can. You can also try to do open heart surgery on yourself. And I wouldn't recommend either. So get in and invest in the people in your group today so that in the future when you need them, you can gain that community. Love you guys.